Monday was a bit of a doozy for him after the news broke that this pro-life politician had reportedly paid a girlfriend to have an abortion. Yeah, Walker's adult son then went and put his father on blast. Really, where do we begin with this? Well, I guess we could first start with the woman. So there's a woman who has asked not to be identified out of privacy. Well, the concerns that she had, she told the Daily Beast. She told them that after she and Walker conceived a child while they were dating in 2009, he urged her to get an abortion. The woman said she had the procedure and that Walker reimbursed her for it with a $575 receipt from the abortion clinic, a get well card from Walker, and a bank deposit receipt that included an image of a signed $700 personal check from Walker. Now, the front of that card features a drawing of a steaming cup of tea, and it reads, "Rest, relax." The message continues on the inside of the card, "Recover." Wow, I guess that's how Walker does it when you have an abortion. That's very kind of him. Well, when the woman was asked why she came forward, well, she pointed to Walker's hardline stance on what? Pro-life? Yeah, check this out.
Let me ask you this. I've heard you describe yourself as pro-life. And I guess if you're a pastor, you don't have to be pro-life, but
well, that's what's so funny. You know what's so funny? What's strange when somebody asked me that question, and it's so strange because I say I'm a Christian. Right now, you say you're a Christian. And they said, Herschel, what do you think of? They asked me all these questions. I'm like, did I not say I'm a Christian? That means you're supposed to be pro-life.
Yeah, well, I guess that's not necessarily the case. Anyway, the Daily Beast fully corroborated the story. They looked at all of the intel, and of course, the story ended up spreading like wildfire, causing the very pro-life Walker to go on the defense. This is what happened next. After the story was published, Walker released a statement which he called the story a flat out lie and said he denied it in the strongest possible terms. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm planning to sue the Daily Beast for this defamatory lie. It will be filed tomorrow morning, he said. I presume he meant the lawsuit. Well, Walker wasn't helping his lawyers write that lawsuit last night. No, he actually went on Fox News to further advance his denial of the story.
First question, do you know the woman that is making this allegation?
I have no idea, but it is a flat out lie. And now you know how important this seat is. This seat is very important, that they'll do anything to win this seat, lie, because they want to make it about everything else except what the true problems that we have in this country is.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. And I know what he went on to say, that he didn't, that he gives people a lot of money and he didn't really recognize a card. Yeah, that was really special. Anyway, not many people were really buying his lies, including, well, at least alleged lies, including one Christian Walker, that's his son, the conservative influencer. Well, he took to social media to air out his father's hypocrisy. After Walker tweeted, "I love my son no matter what." Well, Christian responded with, "You have 4 kids that we know of, and you weren't in the house raising one of them. You were out cheating and lying. If you loved your kids, you'd be raising them instead of running for a Senate race to boost your ego." Of course, then Christian continued to go on a rant. He says every family member of Herschel Walker asked him not to run for office because we all knew some of his past. Every single one, he decided to give us the middle finger and air out all of his dirty laundry in public while simultaneously lying about it. I'm done. And he says, "I know my mom and I would appreciate it. I would appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. I don't care about someone who has a bad past and takes accountability, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral Christian upright man. You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you?" He went on and on and on. It's still going on, including posting this video this morning.
"You have no idea what me and my mom have survived. We could have ended this on day 1. We haven't. I haven't told any stories. I'm just saying, don't lie. Don't lie on my mom. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on the lives you've destroyed and act like you're some moral family man. Y'all should care about that, conservatives. And then for people on the left to act as though I'm responsible for all of the things that he has done. I've talked about father episodes. I've talked all these issues because they've been close to me, because they matter to me, because I went through it. That's why I've talked about it. So when you say, well, talk about your dad, I am. I'm saying this behavior is atrocious. Don't come for me. You don't have to like my apology. You don't have to like me. You don't have to. I'm just saying I'm done with the lies.
Yikes. It sounds like he's done with the lies and he's also done keeping quiet. Is this also the take you're getting, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably one extra child that Herschel Walker is regretting not having paid for an abortion for this morning. That might be a little harsh, but this guy is just ridiculous in every way, Herschel Walker is. It's absurd that this guy, firstly, is so pro-life supposedly that he does not even allow in his position for an exception for the life of the mother, which is something I don't know how you circle that square. You literally say you're pro-life and we are willing to kill adult women to prove it. I mean, what? How is that possibly a position that somebody can hold? And then to hold that position when you have paid for an abortion is pretty unreal. What a kind way for him to deal with the very difficult life moment of somebody to have an abortion, to send a card and not even include a personal note, really, just sign it like it's a football you're signing for somebody. Pretty unreal. And also surprising that he paid for the abortion considering he had so many other children out of wedlock. It's because he had another child this year probably that he figured that might have been a little much to have two different women, children with two different women in the same year, and probably had political aspirations and figured the only people who would vote for him would be his own children. So he had to make as many as possible to have a chance at winning over the electorate. And then turns out even your own children don't support your own candidacy. So that backfired.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to backfire. But it's like watching his campaign for Senate, it's just been full of him saying things that are not true, are not correct. And it's clear that he is just being puppeted by the GOP and he does not have the wherewithal, and his family was right, assuming Christian is being accurate in his statement. His family was right that he should not run. And this is incredibly disappointing. But at the same time is that I don't necessarily know if it'll move the needle in terms of Republican voters there in Georgia, even though it should, all of the lies should have. But this man is clearly not qualified. He's definitely a problem.